Yep, that's me.
Hi guys, it's Andy and you're watching my channel. In today's video, we will be talking about a very special book. It is called The Fault in Our Stars. Before quarantine, I got this at a thrift store and I was really intrigued to go back and reread it as an adult. The last time I read it, I was probably like 17. So very interested on seeing if I would feel the same way, if it would make me cry. Spoiler alert, it did. But it made me cry like once this time, but it's only for the one decent character in this. Well, I wouldn't say decent character. Let's talk about it. I won't talk anything about the movie, strictly the book. We're not even going to acknowledge the movie. We're just going to talk about the book. I'm also one of those people who think that the books are better. Yeah, fine. It's fine. Yeah, that's me. I'm not changing who I am. You shouldn't. So, let's start off with our main characters. This story is pretty much a story. If I had to sum it up, it's about reincarnation. And no, not on the surface, not blanketed. Well, listen. In my opinion, second time around reading it, I feel strongly that it's about twin flames and soulmates and a bit of reincarnation and things like that. And the reason why I feel that way is because it's the way that they talk. These are teenagers, but they don't talk like teenagers. It's almost as if they have their own language. And it's not, I know that sounds weird, but the two main characters, Hazel Grace and Augustus Waters. Let's talk about Mr. Augustus. Mr. Augustus first, because he's I'm stuttering. I'm doing a lot of stuttering because I'm trying so hard to refrain from going in on Hazel Grace. And let me tell you why. She's a narcissist. Yeah, she's a narcissist. They have cancer, the both of them, and Augustus is in remission when he meets Hazel Grace through a support group. And the thing about it is, Hazel Grace Lancaster is just one of the biggest. She's such a goddamn narcissist. As a fictional character goes, this character is a narcissist that it makes me sick. It literally, no pun intended, it made me sick. Towards the end of the book, I realized just how much I didn't like her as a character anymore. And I'm not gonna spoil it. Let's get some character development going. So, this is essentially of a love story of two sick kids. They both have cancer and how they navigate the world with dealing with their cancer and dealing with their adolescence and so on and such. So, it's really hard for me to just not look into the camera and say, without Augustus, who would Hazel Grace be? And I say that because rereading it has really taken off my rose-colored glasses that I had on when I was a teenager. Because y'all, she does not care. Like, I don't want to say that she doesn't care, but you see those little, that's all the times that this character has had me bent, had me messed up, had me really like, oh my god, did she have to say that like that? Did she have to word that like that? Did she have to be so to start off with Miss Hazel Grace, and I'm only calling her Hazel Grace because Mr. Augustus Waters called her that. So listen, Hazel is 17 and she lives a very introverted life, but she reads as the type of person who would live an introverted life if she didn't have cancer, which I think is one of her mashas, her little freaking fatal flaws. Oh my god, I can't even talk, I'm so angry. The thing about her is she just reads as the character, I'm not like other girls character. That trope is very strong here, but it kind of reads strongly in both characters. Like he's they do this thing where they try to make him a normal boy, but he's not. We'll get to that in a second. But the thing about Hazel is, Hazel as a character just reads to me as if she was completely healthy, she would still stay in her goddamn house. Like, she would not leave it. Like, she just is a homebody person. And she's just, she reads as a naturally antisocial person. And I think it shows just, like, the differences with people, especially with illnesses, because you have Augustus Water, who is also sick, but on the outwardly appearance, he's not as sick as Hazel. But he's also more outgoing, more friendly. He would spark a conversation with anyone. Hazel, on the other hand, she wouldn't do that. Yeah, Miss Hazel Grace, I just wish she as a character was just a better person, honestly. She's just so full of herself. Oh gosh, she's so full of herself. And for a moment I started to think of like, okay, she has cancer and her world has always been, you know, surrounded by her and her cancer and her health and things like that. So is that kind of like, I don't know, it isn't until she gets just what she's looking for, someone played Billie Eilish, she got everything she wanted, that she realized that it's not what she wanted. It wasn't until the moment that she was being treated not as a cancer patient, like treated just like a regular trick off the street, that's when she was just like, you know what, I want to whine about this. It seems like every time someone is literally making her step up and acknowledge something, she whines about it. Let me leave Hazel alone. Because she just really raises my blood pressure as a character. When they first meet, Hazel is very taken back by him. She's like, damn, he's hot. And that's one thing she does all throughout the book. Like, I don't think if Augustus Waters looked as hot as she tries to make him, she wouldn't have liked him that much. I'm being honest. I truly feel that way. If he wasn't as, I truly think it was a more thing of like physically, Hazel felt that Augustus was out of her league. And I think mentally, Augustus felt like she was out of his league because she was a smart girl who threw around big words and shit like that. But like, I think she got a taste of her own medicine when she ran into this character, Mr. Van Houten, who's the author of her favorite book, to known to man, who she doesn't even meet without the hands of if it isn't for Augustus Waters, Hazel Grace does not know what it is to live, to breathe, to freaking, like, I think I'm ranting. I think I bit my tongue just now. I'm ranting now. Let's see, because I think I'm gonna have to title this video "Surviving the Fault in Our Stars" as opposed to just rereading it, because I don't want to spoil this video for you guys. I really want you guys to at least watch the movie or read the book. I suggest to read the book because it's a better roller coaster. I suggest y'all read the book just because it is a better way to spend your time, and you find moments where you really are concerned for certain characters. You really care for certain characters. Hazel Grace is a bitch. She's a bitch. I don't know how else to put it. What I will say is John Green, as an author of this book, does a great job at, in my opinion, I don't know if this is his intent, but it seems like when you read this book, you are watching, like, it feels weird, but to reread it now as an adult, I feel like I was reading someone's like reincarnation story. And I know that sounds weird, but I feel like the book hints around it a lot in certain ways, in certain quotes, and all of the freaking symbolisms and things like that. I just feel like reincarnation is not something that's far-fetched in this book. But not so much reincarnation itself. I would say the theory that soulmates exist, or the theory that twin flames exist. This book would be a perfect example of why you can see something like that happening. Only because some infinities are bigger than others, and I'm not going to spend this video quoting this, all of that. So what I will say about this is I'm going to rate the main characters. Oh, I didn't even talk about Isaac. Justice for Isaac. I realize now that I'm saying his name, how ironic it is that his name is Isaac and he goes blind. The boy's name is Isaac and he goes blind. And now that I'm realizing that, I don't like that. Attention! Do you remember this movie? Remember this character? Yeah, him right here. So I'm rereading the book. I finished it. Why did he play a blind character named Isaac? To end this up, because I'm still upset at this character, I'm gonna end it off with two things. I guess this gets to the point where they're in like deep, throughout the 8 months, they're like month 7, I say. No, I lied. Yeah, month 7. So say from this portion of their relationship, she was calling him Augustus. And at like this portion of the relationship, she started calling him Gus. Gus. And he voiced to her how he used to be. He said it with his whole chest. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she was calling him Gus. And he said, you used to call me Augustus. And I felt his pain. I feel something when that line was written. And you know what it is that I feel? Disrespected. Because in the next line, I kid you not, Hazel Grace says, oh, Gus, you know, like she literally calls him Gus again. And I'm like, you dumb bitch. You're not even listening to him. And so it poses the question, does she get what she truly deserves? I know that seems like... At some point in it, they mention Toni Morrison's Bluest Eye, and I have that book. So I think that will be the book that I will actually read. Well, I started reading it. I stopped because it was a heavy read. That is a heavy-ass read. But I think what I'll do is I'll read it, and, well, I'll start over. And I'll read it, and I'll do a book review on that, and we'll talk about the Bluest Eye next on our book. We gotta find something to call these. This will be our introductory book, but we won't acknowledge her only because of Hazel Grace. Oh my god, I need to leave this character alone, Jesus. I lit up like a Christmas tree, Hazel Grace. That's my favorite line from this. I lit up like a Christmas tree, Hazel Grace. I say that. I've always said that since I read it years ago. And yeah.